How's everybody doing? Greg here. I don't know if I should talk about this topic or not. It's kind of bothering me. Everybody's talking about it, and I'd just like to first offer my condolences to the Petito family. You lost your daughter, and that's I don't know. I kind of know what you're going through. I lost a daughter myself. I lost a daughter myself back in 1995, and no parent should have to lose a child like especially like the way you lost yours. And I do offer my condolences for you and the family. I know you're going through must be a terrible, awful time for everyone in your family. I don't know all the facts on the case. I know there's a lot of people hunting them. FBI, which I don't know if I would even count on them. I think them and the authorities probably botched the whole fucking case to begin with. I know we got the John Walsh he's in the hunt. Got the dog Chapman in the hunt, who I believe is closer than anybody to catching this guy. The dog has been hunting for a long time, and let me tell you, he catches a lot of people. The reason why a dog catches a lot of people is he kind of thinks outside the box, and he's, I don't know, something about him, you know. I don't know if he's got a guy, he's a big religious guy, and I don't know if God leads him to people, or somehow he finds the people he's hunting. But back to what apparently they found some new evidence, a phone, a burner phone or whatnot, that this Brian, whatever the fuck his name is, laundry piece of shit, they found a burner phone or whatever that he had purchased. It's definitely not the only phone he's had. He purchased that with credit card in one store, and then he went to another store and he paid cash for another phone. So he's got another phone. This phone they found is just to throw them off. He's got another phone, believe me. Damn shame what happened to this girl. There were signs. I saw an interview Gabby's father had with Dr. Phil, and that was a pretty interesting video, and I'm not going to judge the guy or anything like that. I'm sure a lot of people are judging him. He did admit he was an overprotective father many times in that interview, and I hate to say it, I'm not judging him at all. Now, is there a difference between a protective father and an overprotective father? It's good to be protective, but even himself has admitted he was overprotective, and maybe he's going through some guilt right now, and that's really tough to handle. You know, a couple things that always go in hand when you lose somebody close to you, and that's grief And the other word, which I just said, that starts with a G, is guilt. Grief and guilt a lot of times go together. Most of the time. My message to the father is try to keep it together. You can spend years and years and years trying to figure out why something like this would happen to you and your family. And a lot of religious people, they do the old, there's a reason for everything, or she's in God's hands now, and a lot of people like me don't accept that. We have a hard time swallowing that fucking pill. So, what do you got to do? I tell you what I did when I lost my daughter. Spent 3 years trying to figure out a reason why something like that would happen to somebody like me and her. Couldn't figure a reason. Spent 3 years. So I finally decided that 3 years of hell. I could not continue with my life. I wanted to, but I just didn't know how. So I spoke to somebody one time, and it was somebody I didn't even know, and I got great advice from him. I went to visit New York, where my family's from, and I ran into a rabbi that I knew, and I'm not Jewish, but I knew the rabbi, and he told me, I told him the story, I was telling him what was going on, I just needed somebody to talk to. And even though I'm not Jewish, I know that rabbis are very, 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 they have a lot of knowledge. And I told him what happened, and I told him where I was. I told him I was stuck. I don't know what to do. And he told me, he said, Greg, when you cannot find a reason, you must give it a purpose. At first I was like, I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. I says, what do you mean purpose? He says, this is something you must do which will enable you to carry on with your life and start the recovery process. So I had to think, and it took a long time to come out with a purpose. Not a reason, a purpose. And a purpose is what you do after something happens. How are you going to do this? So, spent a long time to figure out my purpose. And there's nothing that's going to come overnight. But in order to carry on and start the recovery process, you have to give something with no reason a purpose. Now, my purpose was to be a wonderful father, the best father ever when I had my opportunity. I set my sights on forgetting about everything else, forgetting about being a good boyfriend, forget about being a good husband, forget about being a good friend. The only thing that I cared about was being a good father when I had the chance. Then I had another daughter, she was born, and that's what I focused on, being a great father. And that's all I cared about. So my message to, I don't know his first name, to Gabby's father, is you're going to grieve first, then you have to find something. Your purpose, not anybody else's, your purpose, which will help you start the healing process. sorry this happened to you. I really hope they catch this son of a bitch. I believe the dog, the bounty hunter, is going to catch him. And hopefully justice is brought to this kid. I'm sorry all this happened to you. May you guys somehow find a way to cope with this. And my heart and my thoughts and my prayers are with you and your family. God bless. Take care.